as the company has grown, so has our ability and our desire to give back.
Yes, it's so important.
It started actually with my dad.
Yes.
And he got very supportive of a group called Backpack Buddies, which is from South Mississippi. And it helps it make sure that at-risk children are fed on the weekends. It's one thing to make sure that they have food during the week when they're involved in school programs, and those can be covered. But when they're outside of that, they're at risk of not having food from Friday afternoon through Monday morning. And when we initially started, I think they were feeding something like 10 or 15 children, and now they feed 200 children every week. We worked with the Alzheimer's group and still have a participation with the Alzheimer's Association and a number of others. And I guess we'll get back to some of the stuff that we're doing on Van and my side, but then you created the Eleanor Monroe Foundation.
It's a foundation that's catered towards youth, mainly those that are a part of the middle class. So each year we participate in the United Negro College Fund. And and that is huge. And we just started the Fraser Home Scholarship Fund to those that are living within the Fraser Home community, which is an inner city community or government housing, so to speak. And actually, it's a neighborhood that I grew up in. So it's very dear to it's very, very dear to our heart. In addition to that, Carver, both you and the Carver family and the Eleanor Monroe Foundation have built, 3 homes in Peru?
Built 3 homes in Peru.
Yeah.
And I think you've got a scholarship going on in Peru through Eleanor Monroe.
Yes, we have a scholarship, and we're following one of the young ladies that's actually, she is going to school to be a veterinarian. And so that scholarship is paying for her education.
And then we go to Pearl River College. And the relationship we've had with them. We developed the Harold P. and Bertha S. Carver endowment for Pearl River. And then from that, we developed the Smith Carver Law Enforcement Scholarship, which supports a sophomore student. But in Troup County, we have partnered with the Circles of Troup County, with Harmony House, which supports battered spouses and families. We look forward actually to some new partnership that's coming up there that we're hoping for to be able to announce in the next couple months.
That's great.
We worked with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Foundation, right? Alice Donlinger, who's always led the relationships on Thanksgiving and Christmas and make sure that people, specifically in Cobb County, right, have the food they need at the holiday season. And we watch every year, and we have these barrels out in our reception area. And
overflowing.
They're overflowing. Food is just
everywhere.
over the barrel and onto the floor.
Can never be enough.
For a group of less than 30 people in this corporate office. We've also partnered with the Point Foundation, college and university students in the GLBT community that may very well have been kicked out of their homes or their families when their sexuality became known, and it just didn't work. And this supports them. We were at a Point Foundation meeting, and the young man was getting a scholarship to one of the Mississippi universities. And he walked up and he said, I just realized that your family was the reason that one of the colleges in Mississippi was able to change their inclusivity policies and move forward. He said, it was because your family took a position that we will not support unless we can deal with these issues of equality. And it was amazing to hear that it was your family that made a difference, because we think these are the things we do, and we just kind of get in the habit of doing them. And we sometimes forget that they make a real difference in somebody's lives. We've had a relationship within the Spirit as long as In the Spirit's been in the Spirit.
Maybe 8, 9 years or whatever. Elder T. Dudley runs that, and she does a tremendous job to be able to do so much. It's very important that we pour out into our communities, and it's important that we give back to those who've given to us.
We developed Carver Cares in the early years, and we thought of that as the grassroots effort. But I think that kind of really does sum it up, because as a company, everybody that is part of Carver, regardless of whether they're the partners or people who are here, who work here day to day, everybody does truly care.
Yes.
And they bring something new to the table, and we have a new opportunity to give back. And I know that, and your mother will always be Big Mama to me.
Always Big Mama.
She'll always be Big Mama.
Yes.
And my grandmother, who was a social worker, who always said, don't ever forget where you came from, and don't ever forget to give back to the community.
Yes,
and
important.
Those things, the Big Mamas of the world, the Vivians of the world, those are the people that live on through our organization, even though they're not here today.
Yes.
They're really the root of Carver Cares.
They really are. If you all, whoever's watching this, if you would like for Carver to be a part of, any organizations or, associations, just reach out to us, 404-254-3130. We'll love to have the conversation with you. But until then, make it a fantastic day.